What's going on, boys? In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the most important trait that you must have in a relationship to get respect. Now, this is not about how to keep the woman around for a long time. This is not about how to make her more attracted to you. This is strictly about respect. You understand? So, let's get right into it. First thing you must understand about respect is that it doesn't come from some of these stereotypical things that dating coaches may say that you need in a relationship. Things like provision, things like experiences. Providing for the woman is great. You should do that, but it's not going to make her respect you. That's why there's all of these beta male simps out here who just trick on women, right? They take them on shopping trips before they even know them. They buy them whatever they want without deserving it. And you guys see on the internet how these women actually treat these types of men. They never respect them, right? They never respect them. If they really did, then all the guys who were subscribed to all the OnlyFans subscriptions, they would all be cuffed up, right? They would be cuffed up to these OnlyFans models. But these OnlyFans girls, they don't respect the guys that buy their program. They don't respect the guys that subscribe to their content because provision, spending money on a woman, does not make her respect you. In fact, the woman would rather have a guy that spends no money on them, but has this one thing that I'm about to break down, than a guy who spends a whole bunch of money on them and doesn't have it, right? They're gonna respect the second guy way more. So, provision, that's not gonna give you any respect. Get that out of your head. Experiences. When I say experiences, I'm just talking about taking her out on trips, taking her out on experiences, dates, right? And just like keeping the spark alive. Now, you gotta do this in a relationship to keep her around, right? Most of the time. Most of the time, you have to switch things up in the relationship. This could be taking your woman out on different dates, different trips, and this could even be switching things up in the bedroom, right? Not just having the same type of, intercourse that you guys have every single time. You need to switch things up in order to keep the whole dynamic, the whole relationship interesting. Because you guys know, women get bored very easily. You understand? One day they like this, next day they get bored. So you gotta always put them through that emotional roller coaster by switching things up, putting a little spice on it. But this is the thing with that. This is gonna keep her around longer, but it's not gonna make her respect you. Once again, this is about respect, which is the most important quality that you want from a woman when you're in a relationship with her. If she doesn't respect you, none of that other shit matters, right? She's not gonna sleep with you the same. She's not gonna talk to you the same. She's gonna go behind your back. You understand? She's always gonna be looking for new options. She's always gonna be looking for the next thing, right? And the thing is, every single woman is capable of cheating. They're all capable of it. But the difference is that when a woman truly respects you as a man, she just won't cheat on you, right? She just won't. Even if she meets another guy who's taller than you, more handsome, makes more money than you, she still won't cheat on you because she respects you. That's the difference. You guys don't want to get cheated on. You need to have respect in the relationship. That always comes first. So taking her on experiences is not going to make her respect you. It's going to make her more interested. It's going to keep the spark alive. It's going to keep her from getting bored, right? And it's going to keep her from probably breaking up with you. But it's not going to garner her respect. What's going to get her respect in the relationship is this one thing. And that's this right here, the ability to walk away. When you have this, when you know that at any moment you are comfortable leaving that woman that you love, she will always respect you. And this is something that And the past 3 relationships that I've been in, every single one of those women chased me. They chased my validation. They chased my attention. They were constantly trying to extend the relationship longer than it really should have been. And it was because I always made it known that at any time I'm willing to walk away and I'm willing to let her go. Or she doesn't like the fact that I don't want her to go out on girls trips. Cool. She could walk away. I'll walk away, right? Oh, I told her she can't go out this weekend. She still wants to go out. Cool. I'll just walk away. And here's the thing. This is about getting respect. This is not how to keep your woman one-on-one. Because if you are afraid of losing her, then you already lost. If you're afraid of losing her, you already lost. You need to have an abundance mindset. And the reason why so many guys don't have this, they don't have the ability to walk away, is because they don't have that abundance mindset. They go through their relationships like walking on thin ice, right? They're walking on thin ice with these women. They're afraid to do any little thing because they're afraid of how she's going to react. Oh, let me say the perfect thing to her. Let me plan the perfect date. Let me do everything the right way. Trying to do things the right way in a relationship is always going to turn a woman off because you're subconsciously telling her that you're afraid of losing her. Listen, I don't care if she's the most attractive girl that you've been with. I don't care if she's the most feminine girl that you've been with. I don't care if she sucked you off better than every other girl that you've been with. You need to be willing to walk away. And one thing that you will realize that once you actually have this mindset shift into not being afraid to walk away from the relationship is that she actually stays around. She's always there. Every single time you threaten to like walk away, oh, here she comes back apologizing, cooking for you out of sudden, right? Trying to take you out. And it's because you just showed her that you are in abundance. You're not afraid of losing her. Guys, you're never going to be able to do this if you don't have something greater than the woman in your life. Now, I know this is hard for some of the guys who may be married with children, right? A lot of times people stay in relationships, they stay in marriages solely for the sake of the children, right? Which, listen, I understand, but you will never get her respect. Like you're gonna be in a marriage where the wife just walks all over you. You feel me? And that's not really setting a good example to your kids. So hopefully you actually vetted this woman and she's not a bad woman, right? That's why you married her. But you must always be willing to walk away. If you can't walk away, that just tells me and that tells her that you have nothing greater than her in your life. She's the most important thing in your life. The most important, right? You're pedestalizing her. You're idolizing her. As a man, you need to have purpose. You need to have direction. And she's just along with the ride, right? Hey, listen, baby, I'm headed this way. If you want to come along, cool, right? Hop in. But if you don't, cool. The door's right there. Always let her know that the door is right there. This is the difference between the man that's controlling and the man that just seems to get every single woman like wrapped around his arm. The difference between the man that's controlling and the man that actually controls the woman without them knowing it is that the man who is labeled as controlling, this guy, he tells them, oh, you have to do this. Like, no, you can't go out. You can't go on girls' trips. You can't wear that dress, right? You can't talk to that guy. You have to do this, right? But yet, he would do all of that and he would still stay in the relationship. And I used to make this mistake. I would put all these hard boundaries on women and then they would cross them, right? And I wouldn't walk away. I would still stay in the relationship. And when people see that you're not serious about the boundaries that you place, they disrespect you, right? When the teacher says you have to raise your hand to go to the bathroom, and this one time you don't raise your hand and you go to the bathroom, and she says nothing to you, right? She doesn't give you no punishment. She doesn't call you out for it. What are you gonna do? You're gonna keep walking out of the classroom to use the bathroom without raising your hand. You're not gonna respect the teacher's orders from that point on. And it's the same thing in a relationship. If you want her to respect the boundaries that you placed, you must be showing that you are willing to walk away. So this is how you do it. You tell her, oh, listen, baby, you want to go on that girls trip? That's fine with me, but I won't be back. I won't be here when you're back, right? I'm not okay with that. You want to go? You go ahead, but I'm not gonna be here, right? I don't want a girl that does that. Oh, listen, you want to go out with your friends tonight? You want to wear that dress? I mean, that's cool. Yeah, go ahead, have fun. But I'm not really trying to date someone like that. You understand? And she's gonna be like, oh no, no, no. Okay, fine, I won't go. Okay, fine, I won't go on that trip. And she's gonna suck you off. You feel me? Like she is gonna be 10 times more attracted to you because you showed her that you have a backbone. You didn't force her to do anything. You're not forcing her. You're giving her the option to walk away if she wants to. If she chooses the girls trip over you, well then she wasn't that attracted to you in the first place, buddy. But if she says no to the girls trip because you said that you will walk away, you're always gonna have that woman respecting you until you fall out of frame, of course. So how do you actually get into a position where you are comfortable walking away? Well, you need abundance. If you don't have abundance, you'll never be able to walk away. If you don't have other women who are just as attractive as her, right? Just as seductive as her, right? They do that same thing with the tongue as her. You feel me? They're just as feminine, just as caring as her. If you don't have other women like that in your life, you're going to be fighting an uphill battle, right? Because you're going to have to pretend like you're okay with her. You're going to have to pretend like you're okay walking away, right? Even though you might not be. But here's the thing. This is where it's actually in your favor. Even if you do pretend, even if you know that you have no options on your roster right now, right? You haven't got matched on dating apps in months. You haven't cold approached a woman in months, right? You have like no options right now. It's just you and your girl, right? No women are shooting their shot with you, which is a red flag. Like they should be approaching you. But even if they don't, even if you know that, hey, listen, if I break up with this girl right now, I may go 3 months, 6 months, fuck it, a year without getting laid. You still have to walk away. You still have to. Because I'm telling you right now, that's what's actually going to keep your masculine frame solid and it's going to keep her in the relationship pursuing you. And then that's going to give you more confidence because you stood true to your values. You didn't break frame as a man. And that's going to radiate confidence. That's going to radiate in your aura when you're out in the real world, and other women will be able to sense that on you. You understand? And then even when you do interact with other women, you're going to have that solid masculine frame that actually makes them attracted. And so by just being okay, by being okay with maybe being in scarcity, you are attracting way more women, right? Not only are you keeping the woman you have, but you're also attracting more. It's the same thing when you're at a job, right? And you ask for a raise and you know that you provide value to this job and the boss doesn't want to give you a raise. If you're not willing to walk away, well then you're going to stay working for the job and the boss literally has no reason to give you a raise because you weren't willing to walk away. You weren't willing to quit the job and now he knows that you have no other options. And let's say you have no other options for a job. Let's say you have a good paying job. It's hard for you to get another one, right? If you're still willing to quit, there's a big chance that that boss will still give you a raise. And even if he doesn't, you're going to be open to new opportunities, bigger and better opportunities. And it's the same thing with women. Same thing, right? But in order to have that abundance, in order to have that take it or leave it mindset, you need to have a purpose. Every man needs to have a purpose. You need to be working towards something right now. Whether that's getting into the best shape of your life, starting a side hustle, working on your business, right? Elevating yourself as a man, training for a competition of some sort, right? You should always be seeking and searching out for things that are going to develop you as a man, right? Fuck it, learn a new language if you have to, right? Learn a new skill. Do what you gotta do to keep your mind away from the woman. Because if she's always at the top of your mind, you're never actually gonna have that take it or leave it mindset. You're never gonna have it. You're always gonna be in scarcity. If you're not still taking nice pictures for dating apps, for Instagram, you're not constantly updating your Instagram with cool stories, showing other women in your life the type of lifestyle that you live, and you're not actually living a fun lifestyle that they can be a part of, well then you're not gonna have any options. You're not gonna have women in your DMs. Guys, when you're in a relationship, that's literally when you get the most attraction from women. That's when you get the most attraction. That's when all the girls who, you thought didn't like you, now they're shooting their shot, right? Because they see, okay, this guy's in a relationship, he's taking care of her. Oh, what does she see in him, right? And they get curious. So if you're not getting women shooting their shot at you while you're in a relationship, that's telling me that you're doing something wrong. You're doing something very wrong, right? You're not taking new pictures. You're not updating your Instagram. You're not living a fun lifestyle, right? You're just not aligned with your most masculine self. The masculine is supposed to focus on himself, focus on developing himself into a better man every single day. But if all you can think about is, oh, what is my girl doing? Oh, when's she gonna be home? Oh, I can't wait to watch a movie with her. Well, then she's the center of your world. She doesn't want to be that, right? She wants you to have your own world, and then she just orbits around it, right? That's what you gotta have. So if you're not constantly in the gym, right, leveling up your physique, if you're not constantly going out, doing different activities, going out with your boys, taking pictures, it's going to be very hard for you to have options. It's going to be very hard for you to be in that mindset of abundance. So this is what you got to do. Number one, if you're not in the gym already, get in the gym. That's our first start, right? Every man should be in the gym. If you're not in the gym by now, it's 2026. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. But if you are in the gym, set yourself a big goal, whether that's to do a high rocks competition, whether that's to do a 3-plate weighted pull-up, whether that's to do your first boxing fight, whether that's to do your first marathon, your first Ironman, right? There's so many different goals that you can have with fitness. Work towards that, right? Set a big goal for yourself and work towards it. That's going to keep your mind occupied, okay? Side hustles, business. If you're working your 9 to 5, that's cool. But you should be working on something to develop yourself outside of it, right? This is going to give you an abundance mindset, not just in dating, but in life, right? That 9 to 5 ever fires you, okay, now you just learned this new skill. Now you have this business to fall back on. Everything comes full circle. Dating, career, sales, all of that comes back full circle. If you don't have options in life, if you're not consistently putting yourself in a position to attract opportunities, then you're always going to be in a state of scarcity. And that's the problem. That's why so many guys are not respected in their relationships. That's why so many guys are low-key getting cheated on, right? That's why your girl still posts bikini pictures on Instagram. That's why she still updates her photos, updates her stories more than you do, posting selfies of herself trying to get attention from other men. Bro, I'm telling you right now, if your girl posts Instagram stories, if she's updating her pictures, posting bikini photos, posting thirst traps, she is looking for the next replacement, right? She's looking to replace you. It's like when you're working for a job and then you check LinkedIn and they're looking for new people for that same position that you have, knowing damn well that they can't afford in their budget to employ both of you guys. They're looking for your replacement. And it's the same thing with these women. I know so many guys in relationships with women and The guy doesn't post at all, right? The guy is like Batman on Instagram, right? He doesn't post any pictures, doesn't post any stories. He's just Batman, right? All he does is work, go home, spend some time with his girl, and that's it, right? Meanwhile, his girl is out here posting stories every single day, posting pictures every single week, every single month, going out with the girls, having a fun time, right? Watching my stories and liking my stories. Like, I can't tell you guys how many times this happened to me. Women would be liking my stories. I'll go check on their page. Whole time, I find out somehow just by looking at her photo that she has a man. No sign of a man on her page. But he's like in her comments, like putting heart eye emojis, right? And it's always the dude that the only pictures he has on his Instagram is him and his girl, right? It's because you're in scarcity. If you were in abundance, you wouldn't be moving like this. You wouldn't be trying to make up for it through provision, through experiences. Like, all of that stuff is important, right? All of those are important qualities in a relationship, but it won't make the woman respect you. So if you're a guy that's lacking options, you catch yourself being in that state of scarcity all the time. If you ask yourself genuinely right now, am I comfortable leaving this woman? Like, knowing that she may never come back. Am I comfortable leaving her right now, knowing that she may never come back? Ask yourself this question. And if the answer is no, genuinely, if the answer is no, then I want to work with you. Click that link in my description, book a one-on-one call with me. I help guys get into the best shape of their life, improve their online and in-person presentation, their look, and improve their life so they can have an abundant dating life where they don't have to be in scarcity. They don't have to chase the woman around, where the woman chases them, the women are reaching out to them, right? And they're a man of solitude, right? Working on their purpose. If that's something that interests you, click that link. Let's take it to the next level. Let's avoid the problem before it even starts, right? But I don't work with just anybody, only serious guys, only guys who have their head on straight and they just need a little extra guidance. They need the right systems, right? They need some accountability. Click that link. We're going to talk a little bit about your situation, what my program involves, and we're going to see if it's a good fit, if it makes sense for us to work together, right? Click. Also, check out the Instagram. I post daily reels, daily content, daily stories out there. You can learn a little bit more about me, get some free value that you can implement right now, and shoot me a DM. Let me know a little bit about your situation and what you're doing right now to improve your dating life, to improve your relationship, right? If you found this video valuable, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you boys in the next one. Stay dangerous.